மைந்தனை வாழனை பரிசூடிய மைந்தனை பேரனை திரு அண்ணாமலையனை.
Today, many people following your ideas about leadership, about self-development, about coaching. So what is your work about?
What's my work about? I think it's better you reframe that question as what is your life about, because I have no separation as to what's my life, what's my work, what is my this and that, I just have life. So have you and so have everybody. You don't have anything other than your life. The only thing that you have is life, rest is all imagination. Right now, because a few things are collapsing, because of the pandemic, people are thinking their life is going away. Unfortunately, a million people have lost their life, that's a different matter. People have lost their dear ones, that's a different matter. Rest is all our making. The only thing we have is life. So how to make this life happen at its peak, every moment? Everybody has known some peaks. People have known peaks of happiness, joy, competence, ecstasy, compassion, love. Everybody has experienced this at some point. But the problem is sustainability, they are not able to sustain it. They hold those moments as cherished moments as if rest of the time they are not capable of it. This has happened simply… See, suppose because you're German I'm saying this, suppose you guys… you're making good cars, let me acknowledge you, I'm also driving one even my motorcycle is German right now. So, you're making good machines. Suppose you make a motorcycle or a car which starts only once a month it starts, rest of the time you can't start it. You will junk it or no? So right now people are like this, once in a way they are in their peak, rest of the time they are down, simply because they have not engineered themselves properly. So, my work and my life is about helping people to engineer themselves so that they are at the peak of their experience. Because when it comes to life, there are only two things, what you call as my life: profoundness of experience and impactfulness of your activity. This is all there is. Without profoundness of experience, impactfulness of activity is hugely crippled. Without a strong experience within you, you cannot impact the world in a big way. So, activity is about impact. Life is about profoundness of experience. People may think, no, that's not what I want money, I want family, I want love, I want children, I want wife, I want husband. Well, all this you want only because you believe it will bring some profoundness of experience. So that's what I'm saying, how you do it is up to you. But profoundness of experience and impact in the activity maximum impact that we can create with activity is all there is in life. For this, you need to be a well-engineered machine, and that's my work. That's why inner engineering, and that's my life, inner engineering.
How do I get profoundness experience to have that inner strength in me?
See, right now your whole experience of life is limited to 5 sense organs. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch. From this you have gathered data. From that data, you're thinking things up. Right now, from where you come in Europe, too much significance has been given to human thought. In the yogic culture, we don't give any significance to your thought, but we are very, very interested in the quality of your attention. Because human attention is the most important thing. It is human attention which opens up doors. Most significant discoveries and realizations in the world happened when people had a very keen sense of attention. Say, for example, all these things happen in Europe, so I'm taking European examples. An apple fell, apples were always falling, an apple fell, somebody was attentive, not thinking, just attentive, and laws of gravity. Well, a man tired of his work went and got into a bathtub Water overflowed, you have loss of flotation. A coffee kettle boiled over, there you have the steam locomotive or steam engine. Like this, most significant scientific discoveries also happened when human beings had the attention, not thought process. Because thought is just recycling of your existing data, nothing new will come out of it. Thought is a way of exploring the permutations and combinations of what you already know. You cannot know something new with your thought process. But attention can open up any door. If your attention is keen enough, intense enough and can be sustained, there is no door in the universe that cannot be opened for you.
So, yeah, how do I get that state? I mean, Albert Einstein already said you don't solve a problem where you created it, so how can I change that?
Well, we sent you in an engineering online program. I heard you did only 1 or 2 sessions, see no attention.
No, already three out of 7, yeah. And I really enjoyed it, I just started this week.
See, today people are carrying attention deficiency as a badge on their sleeve. They say, my attention is only 2 minutes, 1 minute. Well, if you have no attention, you will not know life. Because involvement can happen only with attention. Where there is no involvement, there is no life. Anything for that matter. The food that you eat, the people who are around you, the work that you do, or anything in the universe, where there is no involvement, there is no experience of life. Involvement will not come without attention. Attention is needed. With thought, you always go away from what is there. You are in this place, you're thinking something else. When you go to that place, you will be thinking about this place. This is the nature of the thought, because thought is just recycling of the memory that you already have.
So how do I get on another level, not to thought, to experience, to feel, to create my life?
There are 4 more sessions. And to assist that, there are practices. Once you bring the necessary practices, you need to create a little distance between yourself and your psychological drama, yourself and your physiological drama. Why this distance is needed is, what you call as my body or your physiological structure is an accumulation of the food that you've eaten. Or in a way, it is a piece of the planet that you have gathered. Most people don't get this when they're alive. Only when you bury them, they seem to understand they are part of the planet. Till then, they don't get it. But actually, you're just a piece of the planet. It's a food that you've eaten here. So it's an accumulation. What you accumulate can never be you, it can only be yours. So this body belongs to you, but it's not you. But that's not how you experience it right now. You experience it as myself. Similarly, all the content that you have in your mind is also accumulated over a period of time. Through the sense organs, by seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, we have gathered information. What you acquire can belong to you, cannot be you. So if you create a distinction between what is you and what is not you, or in other words, if a little bit of space arises between you and your body, between you and your mind, then you are free from this entire process. Now you can conduct your body and mind according to your will. See, your body and mind are supposed to take instructions from you, but most of the people are… See, 95% of the human suffering is because of their own mind, all right? Most human beings are suffering their own intelligence. To give you this level of intelligence, it took millions of years of evolution, and now people are suffering this. Now they want to soak their brains in alcohol every weekend so that, it doesn't work for 2 days and it gets some relief. Problem is that your own intelligence has turned against you because you never paid attention as to how to take charge of your own faculties. People are suffering their own thought and emotion. People are 50, 60 years of age, still they have not figured out how to handle their thought and emotion. When will you figure it out? When? At the end of your life. It's time. This is what inner engineering is about. At least your body and mind should take instructions from you. For this, a little separation is needed. Probably at the end of this 7 sessions, you have a practice called Isha Kriya, otherwise it's just directly available on the app free of cost. People can do this Kriya. It will help you to create a little distance between yourself and everything that you've accumulated in the form of body and the psychological structure. Little space, this is the end of suffering, because the only 2 types of suffering that human beings know is physical suffering and mental suffering. Once there is a little space between you and that, there is no such thing as suffering. Only when there is no fear of suffering will you walk full stride in your life. Otherwise, every step is half a step. I feel this fear of suffering has crippled human genius, has crippled human competence, has crippled variety of possibilities that human beings could be, simply because always the question is, what will happen to me, what will happen to me? What will happen to me means what? Will I end up suffering?